Mike's Daily Podcast.
How are we today? It's episode 1864, 1864. I'm talking to you now at
Mike's Daily Podcast.
From the lovely town of Podcastro Valentino. That's not really a town, it's two towns put together. And I found that when you are singing a song at the beginning of your podcast, you have to say a couple things that you may not want people to ask you about later, but it's called a song that's what?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Are you putting your sunscreen on? It's summertime now. First full day of summer is right now. Oh, was it yesterday?
Mike's
I don't know.
Daily
It's now summer.
Podcast.
Is what I'm saying. So welcome to it.
Yeah!
My lovely lady friend on the summer solstice day yesterday drove all the way up to Shasta from San Francisco Bay Area. And she took a wonderful podcast picture, which you will be able to see at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Dan, her smartphone takes the best pictures. It's a Samsung, too. Not a damn Apple. Hey, we talked about apples last show and about how a bad apple is ubiquitous because we all know about the bad apples in our lives. Somebody is a bad apple and makes everything worse, and then you eat a bad apple and you feel worse. And that's what we talked about last show. So you gotta go and listen to that at MikesDailyPodcast.com. But also, I hate Apple products. I have a smartphone, iPhone from, I think, the fourth one they put out. And I liked it. I got used to it. And yes, if you are partially brain dead, you can use Apple products very easily and not have any issues because they do everything for you. But as soon as you want to do something slightly out of the ordinary or slightly, let's say, something that makes common sense that you don't have to pay extra for, they go, no, you can't do it. You got to pay more for this. And I hate that part about them.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And so this is not from an iPhone, this picture. It's from my lovely lady friend, Samsung. And she was she did a 24-hour trip, did a quick turnaround, drove all the way up to Shasta, ran into a friend up there, her friend Stephanie and her husband Matt, and they were up there enjoying the summer solstice. And then she turned around and came back. She's actually back in Oakland now. Such a fast trip, but she took some great pictures, and I thank her for it. I'm using one right now without her permission. I'm probably going to, by the time you hear this, I've gotten her permission, but I kind of put the ox before the horse. When can I get my own ox is what I'd like to ask. So that's what I want. That's my little ox. That's my boxer, actually, Basil. Such a good dog. Hey, tomorrow it's going to be me on the radio station KKDV. You can check that out. It's a little morning thing I do. Shh, don't tell anybody. And it's on from 6 a.m. to noon. I'll be playing a huge swath of music and talking primarily about a fair going on in Alameda County. Now, last year I went to the same fair, and ooh, boy, I got drunk because I went to the beer festival. I think that's gone already. But I went to that thing, and oh my gosh, can I just say that if you drink beer, in my case anyway, if I drink beer and it's a hot day, I am going to be sick. Especially if it's a bunch of delicious craft-made beer with all the different things they do in each one of their little factories and breweries, distilleries, what have you. I get so freaking sick because I drink all that. It just, messes me up. But the next weekend, I went to a wine festival and a totally different crowd. So beer festival, all tatted up, bearded guys with beer bellies trying to wear skinny jeans and tight pants. Looks ridiculous. All of them got A's hats or Giants hats on. You go to a wine festival and it's women. All these women. And they're all dressed so nicely. And it was a hot day. So there was a lot of legs showing everywhere. And as I was probably one of the only males there, I was the only guy. It was crazy. So if you are a single man, this is the thing to do, is go to a wine festival, because it's lots and lots of women. Well, so I was there with my lovely lady friend, and we had a little spritzer bottle because it was so hot. And we found that if you refrigerate water, and this is my little tip for you today on my tip show, Mike's tip show. Oh, wait, I have a little thing, the Mike tip, isn't it? Let's see, I'll play that now.
Yo, the Mike tip.
Yeah, so what happened was you get the spritzer bottle, put it in the fridge, have it absolutely cool down, and then when you spray it on you on a hot day, you immediately cool down. It's wonderful. Shout out to Dawn, who gave me that idea. She'd been on the show before. So actually, we're there with Dawn, and my lovely lady friend, she takes the spritzer bottle, and there was some women that were super hot. I mean, they were hot in that they were very warm. They were sweating. And they were probably hot as well in appearance. See, guys? Where were you? You should have been there. And so my lovely lady friend, she said, you want to, let me spritz you. And they're like, oh, thank you. And then she's spraying them. And then she actually, they go, because they asked her, as I recall. I'm trying to remember all this right now. But she basically sprayed them from below. If you catch my drift, they're wearing skirts. And that, apparently they were laughing and ha ha ha. And I said, yeah, I basically don't want to go to jail. I'm not going to do that with the spritzer bottle. I'm just going to spray the top of my bald head, and I'll stand over here with my glass of red wine. Because we make a lot of red wine in the Livermore, Pleasanton area. And so, guys, that's what you're missing. And women, bring your spritzer bottles, because you're going to need to cool yourself off because it's hot on a hot festival day outside in California in the summertime. And the living's easy. Pixar. Hey, Pixar, I know you're bombing lately because your movies used to be awesome, but we got tired of them because you kept doing the same formula over and over again. And then you made Incredibles 2, which was basically every other superhero movie where, oh my God, yeah, basically, okay, superheroes, nobody likes them anymore because they keep breaking things. As we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast, Summer Podcaster Valentino, and let's just your material's been crap lately. Mona, whatever. Yes, I love Hawaii. It was about Hawaii, wasn't it? And I love the Hawaiian culture and the land that it was before America took it over. Fantastic. The stories, the legends. But you had to make a movie out of that, and I watched about 5 seconds of that. And you just know everything that's going to happen. I have the same complaints about Marvel movies, DC movies, formulaic movies, Star Wars movies. It's just all the same thing. But gosh, Pixar. So Pixar comes out with Toy Story 4. And I saw the billboard as I was going on BART the other day, and I thought, this billboard might as well have been up for the past 5 years since the last time they put out a Toy Story. It looks exactly the same storyline, same, I'm just so, I know. So Mike doesn't want to go see movies. Mike doesn't want to go on a road trip and drive 5 hours and go see a beautiful mountain that you can see in the podcast picture today, thanks to my lovely lady friend, and then drive back in 24 hours. Mike doesn't want to do anything. Yeah. Maybe you're right. I may be crazy. Hey, look who's here. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. Hi, how you doing?
It's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you
What?
Mike, you do a lot because you do this podcast that people listen to at times that helps them with their lives and whatnot.
Yeah, thank you. I do something, huh? And I give out tips like spritzing yourself with a water bottle that's been in the fridge. See? This is all good things. And I think you should just buy as many bags of kale and coleslaw and cabbage things. And what's this stuff they got at... I'm going to give a name of a store out, Trader Joe's, but I'm sure you can get this at other places, where they got chopped like Brussels sprouts and all kinds of different cabbages. That's so good. What do they call that? Oh, I love that so much. I'll eat that and I'm filled up and I feel great. It's not like eating pizza where you eat it and it tastes good, but you feel awful the rest of the day. Ugh. Don't do that. Don't do that, and don't see crap movies, and don't let Pixar have any more money, and let them move the hell out of Emeryville, and let somebody else move. A movie company that makes quality, good movies again should move in where Lasseter built his little stupid... The only Lasseter I like is the Officer Lasseter from Psych. He was awesome. He had that really intense face all the time. Who did he look like? He kind of had that guy, that famous actor, but he was Lasseter instead. Who's the actor that plays Lasseter? What's Psych? Psych is a TV show. What am I talking about? I don't know. I got to say hi to the guy that's over here.
Hello, Mike. I make the delicious fruit beer. Have some right now. Oh, this is a great podcast.
Yes, it is. Because Mike's giving out tip advice for everyone, and we've gotten through the show, but I have to wrap it up because I got a lot to do today. Hey, speaking of summer, you shouldn't be drinking alcohol because it turns to sugar and makes you have diabetes and whatnot. Why don't you make some mocktails? Hey, I went to Stewart.com? Okay. Gosh, that makes no sense. It's like it wants to say E. Stewart. But, it's E.A. Stewart. I get it. Who the hell is that? I don't know. But E.A. Stewart says you can make a strawberry kombucha mocktail mojito. Ooh. That sounds interesting. Or a simple pineapple ginger kombucha mocktail. Because the kombucha is the probiotic or something like that. And it's a non-alcoholic drink, and it's delicious, and it kind of has that little bite like alcohol does, and it's better for you. Or a sparkling watermelon agua fresca. Ooh. And then there's also the cantaloupe mint sparkler. Yes, I know you're saying, Mike, those sound like wonderful drinks. Well, the kombucha can do that kind of alcohol thing without actually being alcohol, and it's good for you. And maybe that's the way to go. All right, that and a spritzer. Hey, enjoy the rest of your show. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!